What's going on, everybody? Scott Hogan coming at you. We're out here. We are at Broken Arrow Golf Club, and I was just doing a little short game practice, and again, trying to show you a little bit of how to use technology. And one of the biggest things that I think people don't realize with technology is the help that you get in your short game, and I want to talk to you about that today. So let's do it. All right, so we're here, we're working on a little short game. And again, this is stuff that we're gonna be talking about in our winter plan. So if you wanna check that out, we are signing up for that now. It's gonna be some stuff that you need to do on course. Also gonna have a free evaluation with me that we'll do live, where you can get your swing and everything kind of figured out and how you're gonna be working on your game. So check that out, I'll link it down below in the description. So some of the things that we're gonna be talking about is just how are you gonna use your launch monitor. And again, on short game, one of those things that I like to do is work on what can I possibly do on the short game, because short game is so much experimenting, it's so much trying things out, seeing what you're able to do, and I love using my technology to kind of verify what's going on and what's happening to be able to make my game get better. So one of those key things in short game, and I've been working on this a lot of late, I've been starting to play some courses that have really fast greens, a lot of thick rough, things like that. And so what you need on those courses is you need a golf ball that's traveling relatively slow compared to how much distance you're hitting it. So the way we can tell that number is I can work on my smash factor. So I've got it set up, I've got my phone right over there, and I'm gonna read off a few numbers to you here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit a shot here. And so again, pretty basic shot, but we're kind of imagining we're gonna be at a place that is a little bit more challenging. Like I'm gonna try to hit it and carry a little bit farther onto the green. So I'm not just gonna bump it a couple feet. And for me to be able to hit that shot and carry it maybe halfway into the green and then have it stop before it gets to the last flag, I'm gonna need to have some stopping power on this golf ball. So the ways that we can get stopping power: one, we could have spin. Okay, so that's something that you can see, and we can talk a little bit about that, but it is a challenging way to do things. The other ways we can do it, we can control our trajectory. If I go higher, ball's gonna land higher. It's going to make that ball stop quicker. Or I can control the speed that the ball is coming off. Now, I can do a mix and match of all three, and so that's what I'm gonna be trying to do here. Is I'm actually gonna be trying to work on hitting a shot that comes off a little bit slower, a little bit higher than maybe what you're used to, okay? Then we're gonna work on maybe trying to add a little bit of spin to it, hit that shot that you're kind of seeing pros hit of late, where they're hitting that little stopper shot. So what I'm gonna do to hit this shot is, what I'm gonna work on is, the first thing is I'm just gonna take my setup very neutral, hands pointing the club at my belly button. I'm not gonna have a lot of wrist hinge. I wanna keep this nice and shallow. I've got a good lie, I've got premium golf balls, okay? And what I'm going to do is, to make this come out softer, I'm going to get the club head to release and feel like I'm basically kind of like dumping the club into the ground. I'm going to get my right hand to really throw the club through here, okay? And so if I do that, you're going to see I can get the ball to travel up high and come down fairly soft. But you can see that shot didn't have enough stopping power there for what I was trying to do, okay? And so when I look at it, decent on the spin, 2600. Smash was okay, 0.71. Maybe carried it a little too far, but I feel like it just was a little too fast. And maybe if I can get a little more spin on it, we'll get it. So how am I gonna be able to do that? Well, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna do one thing here. If I wanna get the ball to spin more, one thing that we'll see is, if I can hit the ball a little lower, I can typically get that ball to grab a little bit. When it's coming in high, it tends to hit, and then that spin kind of goes away, so we don't really get too many high spinner shots. You can do it, but it's very difficult. So what I'm gonna do is actually put the ball back in my stance, but I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna be trying to throw the club head down. As long as I have the bounce engaged, we're gonna see if we can get a little spin on this thing. definitely spinning. It definitely spun. I carried it too far. So now I've just got to match it up and see what we get. So that spin went up. 2,500 was the previous one. That one was 2,900. Okay, so 400 RPMs is a lot. So I achieved my goal of increasing my spin. Now I've got to actually hit it to the correct spot. I just carried that one too far. Even for a lot of spin, I'm not going to get that ball to stop that quick. So let's try to adjust it one more time. And a little deep again. A little deep, but let's see what we get. 2834. So one of those things that I can do is work on trying to see how I can make my numbers different, and then work on then applying those to shots. So the first thing is I'm trying to affect how much my numbers are changing, so I want more spin. So again, if I start throwing the ball back in my stance, I actually can get more spin than if I try to throw it up high. Now, the one thing I had to work on, because I did that, the ball was carrying farther than normal. So as I'm practicing this shot, and it's a difficult shot, but I think I just need to work on how hard I'm hitting it, and I'm gonna have that one really dialed in. So try this out, get out there with your short game, start working on a few different things. Where's the ball at in your stance? How are you releasing the club? Are you throwing the club down into the ground? Are you doing some hinge and hold? Try it out with some numbers and see what you can get. Again, I think if you can get in your short game more stopping power, whether you hit it higher, hit it softer, again, your smash factor goes down, or you can get more spin on those chips, I think you're going to see that you have more control over the ball, and you're going to have a better short game, which is going to help you shoot lower scores. So if you have any questions about it, leave some comments down below, and I'm happy to answer them for you. As always, click the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.